Good morning, America. We're back at it again. I apologize for my voice, as still trying to basically losing my voice. Anyways, I'm still here, standing, making sure that the Bundys are okay, and knowing that they're not forgotten. As you can see, the fog's cleared through, and just another lovely morning. So as we continue to march and making sure that we're here for them. So earlier this morning, probably about 3 minutes ago, I heard listened to Dennis Michael Lynch, and with respect to George Soros, a New World Order, and Agenda 21, and he hit it on the nail, the nail on the coffin. This is all Agenda 21. This is about, renewable energy, our minerals, and our water, our entire infrastructure, and why they're so adamant in taking the lands. They're doing this intentionally. This is why the Bundys are standing up. They're standing up against George Soros and New World Order, Agenda 21. They want to steal all our natural resources. I'm glad he elaborated this morning, because basically what he's stating is why the Hammonds and the Bundys, the Haigs, this is why they're going after their land. And we have to understand what's in their land, and I have to continue preaching that, because everything that Hillary touches destroys. But she appoints people, through Bill Clinton, when Bill Clinton was president, to systematically defraud us. And this is all been set up. This has been going for 30 years. And the UN wants to come. That's why they want to disarm us, take our guns away. Because they know that once the American people wake up and realize how they're being defrauded from their own natural resources in their own country, they'll once that rude awakening, where that awakening happens, these guys are going to be running for their lives. And you know what? It's time to bring the gallows. We'll bring the gallows to them. Back in 1776, our founding fathers would already had a revolutionary war, second American Revolution as we speak. Because these guys have no morals, no principles, and no values. They don't care about us. They want us to depopulate each other. They want us to destroy each other. While we destroy each other, they're going to laugh to the bank. That's what they want. And we can't play, to their cards. Because whatever they're going to do, they're going to try to have one up all over us. And we can't allow it to happen. That's why we all need to come together. Doesn't matter if you're Black Lives Matter or KKK or the Patriots, 3%ers, Oath Keepers. You're black, you're white, you're brown, you're Hispanic, you're Puerto Rican or Dominican. I don't care, because guess what? It affects us all. And don't take my word for it. Today's Friday. Some of us got paid. Open your paycheck. See how much money you're taking home to your families, to your children. How many Americans are living paycheck by paycheck? That's what you need to look at. Look at your check. Look how much we're spending. For federal buildings like this that are unconstitutionally holding our Patriots. We're funding this. This is what we're funding. You got the Department of Homeland Security. We're funding that. And they're telling Hillary Clinton that she committed treason. Why isn't she arrested? The Department of Homeland Security stated that Hillary Clinton committed treason. If she committed treason, why is she not arrested? Hell, why isn't everybody within the Obama administration not arrested? This is why I'm adamant to tell our military to stand down to all these unlawful orders, to come back home, and to join us to arrest these criminals in Washington, D.C. Because that's what they're doing. They're keeping our military overseas fighting an unconstitutional war, which Congress has not declared war. And Barack Hussein Obama is doing whatever he chooses through the executive office. That's unconstitutional. Just like the Bush administration. They need the approval of Congress. Show me where Congress gave them that approval. But we're sending our men and women to go over there to destroy the country. But guess what? When they come back here, missing limbs or PTSD, guess what the VA does? That's a VA that we fund with our tax dollars. They take away their VA and they falsify on their charts. And they can't get any housing. Yet we fund that for illegals. But what about our military? Our military that sacrificed, that gave their life for this country, to give us freedom, to give us a republic. And we bring them back home and we mistreat them. Where's the honor and the justice in that to our military? We're giving them water that's contaminated. Ask some of our military, don't take my word for it, ask some of the military at the VA of the water that contaminated that's in their bloodstream, that gave them freaking cancer. Like, I mean, you name it. And guess, if you look at House Bill 4402 and Senate Bill 1113, it damn tells you that when you're extracting minerals, the soil becomes radioactive. You basically, because of the minerals you're extracting, they become radioactive. And what happens to the soil? What happens to the water? Our animals eat off the land. So now you contaminate the animals. And then when we eat the animal, well, guess who's going to ingest it? We are. Man, and even, they even put that into 2004 through the Oregonian, the Malheur gold and uranium. They even say that damn radioactive. That's in 2014. So what do you think? What are you gonna get when you go gaming and you kill that animal, you kill that Bambi, and you bring it to the dinner table and you sit with the family? Who do you think's gonna eat that? Your children and your grandchildren. We gotta get this to our heads. That affects us all, through our food products, through our money, through taxation, through the theft of our lands. So the Department of Homeland Security has stated on Fox News that Hillary committed treason upon the American people, and yet we still have the Bundys incarcerated unlawfully. What is really going on in America? Are we going to rise as one? You know, they're systematically trying to break us. They want us to kill each other. They want us to destroy each other. This is their game plan. And they're doing a hell of a job doing it. So, and this is why I'm here. I mean, I know the truth. Damn, all the damn documents I have, we can put every single one of them for treason. The documents speak for itself. Hell, there should have been a congressional hearing months ago with regards to the documents I have. And on top of what WikiLeaks has released, and on top of what a judicial committee has had for over a year. So this is all systematic. This is all a game to them. They don't care about us. They don't. And for those that think that standing up to the government because you're going to lose your welfare, well, guess what? What are you getting? You're living paycheck by paycheck. You're basically getting crumbs when we have abundance of minerals that we can sell. But they're giving it away because guess what? They're getting a donation through the back end, which we don't see. And we don't audit. Why don't we audit it? Why don't we audit our minerals? Why don't we audit them, their foundation? Why don't we audit the BLM? Why don't we audit the Department of Fish and Wildlife? The EPA, the U.S. Forestry? Why have we been audited? Why hasn't the people in Harney County, and Mao here, and Baker has gone and started an audit? Or are you going to go say, oh, well, you want a common law grand jury. Okay, you know what? Forget about what Scalia said in 1992, William versus U.S. Well, conduct an audit. You have the right for an audit. They work for you. You don't work for them. They're not our masters. We're their masters. We're the ones that's supposed to retain our republic back. So, I challenge everybody in Harney County, Malheur County, Baker County, and Josephine County. Audit them. What is so hard to demand an audit? What is so hard to find out what you really have in the soil? On top of it, why don't you find out how they're contaminating your water, your food? Because if you don't, guess what? You're going to get sick, and then your kids get sick, and then your grandkids get sick, and then everybody continues to get sick, and then everybody continues to ask why. Well, we know why. But it's up to you to be proactive. If we're not proactive, then don't expect anybody else to be proactive. I mean, damn, the Bundy stood for you guys. They didn't have to sacrifice, but they did it because they got morals, they got values, they got principle. They got the word of God. And we have to do it. So if you don't want to do it, at least do it for your children or your military that are out there sacrificing their life and limb. I mean, I don't understand. I really don't. I really don't. I don't even know how to elaborate it. I don't even know how to break it down even further. And it just dawned on me walking up and down these sidewalks. I want you to see how steep these sidewalks are. They're steep. I mean, I don't mind walking them because I know the truth. I know in my heart and in my mind, I know the truth. I know what they're doing to us. I know how they're defrauding us. Not just, I know how they're trying to get rid of us. And Dennis Michael Lynch said it this morning. All part of Agenda 21. George Soros funds everything. George Soros funds Black Lives Matter. George Soros goes behind the police union. George Soros is behind the currency collapse. George Soros is behind the BLM. George Soros is behind the Department of Fish and Wildlife. George Soros is behind the EPA. George Soros is behind the U.S. Forestry. George Soros is behind the hedge funds through Ron Wyden and all the other hedge funds that's out there. With Henry Kissinger. I mean, they're all in it. I mean, this guy has his money in a cookie jar everywhere. And they're pulling every string so they can break society. We need to leave the UN. We need to go after George, get our military and go after George Soros and hang him next to Hillary Clinton for treason, including Henry Kissinger. Which just explains why I didn't like Ted Cruz from the beginning. I'm Hispanic. Ted Cruz can't play no race card on my ass because I'm Hispanic. What the hell was he doing hanging out with Henry Kissinger? So anybody wants to play the race card, any of these dumbed down games with me, bring it. Because I'm going to destroy you in 5 minutes in an open debate. Because who the hell are you to go there and criticize everybody and criticize Trump when you're there hanging out with Henry Kissinger? That guy's a criminal. And yet he's in Washington, D.C. with all our dirty politicians. Because that's what they are, dirty. Because they don't care. Let me ask you this. When was the last time Congress ever reduced taxes? When has that Congress ever done anything for the benefit of America? Ask yourself that. Open your paycheck. See if taxes increased. Or are we going to continue living paycheck by paycheck? So this is up to you. This is not up to me. This is all you have. So, you know, my heart weeps because we have innocent men there. I would have never done this. I would have never done this. I would have said that you guys are a bunch of conspiracy kooks. You guys are crazy. But researching and realizing the truth and awakening me, it woke me up so hard that I didn't even know what to do. I went to Gavin Simon to come over and expose this. Because I honestly think Gavin Simon is the perfect person to expose all this. Gavin Simon, he has the looks, he has the followers, he can articulate better than I can. He can expose this and blow this up. And with Dennis Michael Lynch next to him. I mean, we need this. We need momentum. Because we can't let these guys rot in there for a week, 2 weeks, or a month, and then go to Nevada after this? For what? When a jury of the RPS already told them they're not guilty. Now they want to go and waste more taxpayers' money to go to Nevada to try to prosecute them on bogus charges. Because our de facto government has been violating the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. This is why our founding fathers gave us a Declaration of Independence. And I challenge every American to read the damn Declaration of Independence. Our founding fathers knew that this day would come. So when Les Zate and Scott McAllister and J.J. McNabb calls them radical and armed militia, they weren't even armed. They were exercising their First Amendment. But our Declaration of Independence, did you forget about the Declaration of Independence? Did you forget the purpose of the Declaration of Independence? And one thing that was brought out by Sarah Redbuck, she pointed out that Brunson was right next to Ammon. But they call him a tyrannical, or the Bundys are Patriots, tyrannicals, or radicals. Militia, whatever, through Les Zates and Scott McAllister, when they're the criminals. He had no problem sitting probably 4 or 5 people away from Ammon. And then on top of it, he's in court coaching, which is fraud upon the court. He's coaching a witness. His ass should have been arrested. I don't care. You're not above the law. Brent Singh and Anna J. Brown should have been arrested by the marshals for aiding and abetting and conspiring in the fraud upon the court. That's why they define it, fraud upon the court. That's why it's called hindering prosecution. It's a crime. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Look at the definition of hindering prosecution. And then what they did to Mumford, it's assault and battery. All because Mumford was asking for the documents to show him why they're detaining Ammon when he's free. And Ryan. Show me the documents. This is why they're unlawfully incarcerated. The 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th Amendment, even the 10th Amendment of the Bill of Rights is being violated. In top of Article 6, Section 2, Clause 2. So we go back to the Declaration of Independence. Read the Declaration of Independence. And this is why Hillary Clinton is so adamant to win the presidency at any cost necessary, any means necessary. Why? To cover up the crimes of Anna Akins, Anna J. Brown, the FBI Cliff Benson, Jeremy Comey, because he's involved with his brother through Uranium One, Stephen E. Grassi, Ron Wyden, Ron Wyden, Jeff Merkley in Washington, D.C. with Greg Walden and Gordon Smith, how they laugh over there in Washington, D.C. at our expense because we're paying them. Because there's a so-called elected representative, yet they're in bed together. They want to cover up their crimes. if Hillary steals the election, she covers up her crimes. And they'll continue to cover up their crimes. When are we going to stop? When are we going to stop them? When are we going to say, you know what, enough is enough, and time your asses to drag your asses down in the, at least the common law grand jury in front of in a courthouse, or through Article 3 for treason. Let the military do it. If we the people can't do it, let the military do it. Which is why I'm adamant. Our military stand down these unlawful orders and come back home. And stand with the people. Because we're tired of being defrauded by these criminals in Washington, D.C. that are sending you overseas to fight an unconstitutional war. So what are you going to do? What are we all going to do? I have no problem standing here because I know what's right. We all know what's right. A non-guilty verdict by the Oregonians by a jury of our peers. And these men are here, held unlawfully. So how many Americans are willing to stand up for the truth? Or how many Americans are willing to eat the garbage that they're pumping into us? That's $1 million question everybody needs to answer for themselves. So here we are at the federal penitentiary here in SEATAC. And, you know, my heart goes out to Angie and Lisa Bundy and Carol Bundy. They sacrificed a lot. So, but we're here. You know, I'm here and I'll continue to be here. So we will prevail. But there's a price. Everything has a price. What are we willing to sacrifice? So, anyways, enough ranting. I just wanted the guys to say so you guys see a close look of where our Patriots are at. And all you can do is spread the word. So this cannot happen without you guys. All I can do is my part. You guys spread the word. And we'll continue fighting and standing strong for the Bundys. So I just want to make sure, and there's a flag. So I want to make sure everybody that crosses this street or goes through this intersection, they see this. And they see what this is supposed to represent. And then to educate the public. Let them know why. Why am I here? Matter of fact, now why are we here? Because we're here in spirit and in prayers. So this takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. But collectively we will prevail. We just got to continue putting the pressure, continue educating the people, continue spreading the word. So I thank you guys for following, you know, this. I mean, I'm just and all that. Actually, I got some followers that are willing to spread this message. And I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. So I want to give you a good look of where I'm at, of where the Bundys are at. So, and I'll be walking up and down today. Hopefully my legs will hold up. It's been a long since 2:30 p.m. yesterday. I actually took a break to go get some coffee. So I needed coffee to stay awake, and it was pretty cold and foggy. So, you know, we're still holding on strong. I'm trying to not lose my voice. So, again, I want to say thank you. Thank you guys for everything. And God bless every single one of you guys out there. And spread the message. I'm here. One thing for sure, if anything happens to me, I do have a thumb drive on me. I will always have a thumb drive on me. So I want to make sure that crystal clear. So everybody that has a thumb drive has the evidence. No, you guys know exactly what's in those documents. There's no reason why these guys should not be indicted for the criminal activities and conspiracy to commit fraud. So the documents will speak for yourself. Everything's highlighted and there's a chart for everything. So just follow the name, follow the money, and you'll find your criminals. So again, thank you very much, and God bless every single one of you.